The ballerina was born on November 20, 1925 in the Moscow creative family of Mikhail Plisetskaya and Rachel Musara. Later, her brothers Alexander and Azariah were born. Maya's mother was a silent film star. Her sister Shulamith and brother Asaf are famous ballet drama artists. Father, an employee of the Commissariat for Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, then the head of the Soviet coal mines in the Svalbard archipelago. Maya has been dancing since early childhood. When the family lived for some time in Barentsburg, on the Svalbard archipelago, the little girl sang the role of the Little Mermaid with brilliance. Plisetskaya's childhood is associated with tragic events in the family. In 1938, a few months before the birth of her youngest son, her father was arrested and later shot as an enemy of the people. Soon, Maya's mother was arrested and sent with infant Azari to a camp in Kazakhstan. Maya, who was left alone, was adopted by her own aunt, and her uncle Asaf took his brother Alexander. Only at the age of 14, thanks to the persistent efforts of her relatives, she received permission to visit her mother in Shymkent. Raquel Mikhailovna organized a dance class in exile and earned a living from it. It was in Kazakhstan, at one of the concerts, that her daughter performed the part of the Dying Swan for the first time. The Dying Swan later became the hallmark of the ballerina. The beauty of her movements literally hypnotized the audience. In 1941, when the war began, the family was evacuated to Sverdlovsk. During the evacuation, Maya did not have the opportunity to perform. Ballets were not staged here. A year later, the girl returned to Moscow, graduated from the school, after which she was accepted into the troupe of the Bolshoi Theatre. At first, of course, she danced in the corps de ballet, but soon they began to give her solo parts, and then the main roles. In 1947, Plisetskaya captivated the audience with the images of Odette and Odile in Swan Lake, and in 1949 she performed solo at a concert in the Kremlin Palace, in honor of the birthday of Joseph Stalin, becoming an exit, despite the status of the daughter of an enemy of the people. Step by step, Maya went to the title of the brightest star of the Soviet ballet and to world fame. She was praised and awarded, but at the same time, the authorities prevented her from performing where she wanted. In the 1950s, Plisetskaya was not allowed to travel abroad. Later, the ballerina learned that the KGB was considering her case on charges of counter-revolutionary activities and work for British intelligence. She was strongly advised to join the party, but Plisetskaya made a promise to herself that she would not do this. She hated Soviet power, for the execution of her father, the arrest of her mother and the suffering of the whole family. After the departure of most of the Bolshoi Theatre troupe on tour to London, Plisetskaya staged Swan Lake with the remaining colleagues. After a full house, a standing ovation, the presence of the highest officials of the state in the boxes and a stunning success, the ballerina was released on tour to America in 1958. In her memoirs, the artist admitted that she had affairs with colleagues in the ballet scene. The first husband of the star was also the ballet soloist Maris Liepa. He was then only 20, Maya, 31. The marriage turned out to be very short. The couple divorced 3 months after the wedding. According to brother Plisetskaya, in fact the couple lived together even less, only a couple of weeks. They said that the gap happened due to another passion for the ballerina. Plisetskaya honestly admits in books about her life that she was very amorous in her youth. Regarding the broken marriage with Maris, Maya said that they simply did not agree on the characters. Visiting Lily Brick, the muse of Vladimir Mayakovsky, Plisetskaya met the composer Rodion Shchedrin. He was also younger than the ballerina, by 7 years. After meeting, the composer was going to write music for the ballet with the participation of Maya and came to her rehearsal. The ballerina later recalled that her future husband could not take his eyes off her in a black elastic leotard that emphasized her slender figure. In 1958, the couple got married. By the way, according to the artist, Rodion was in no hurry to marry her, but Plisetskaya was told that an official marriage would help her avoid KGB persecution. The couple had no children. Maya did not hide the fact that she chose to have an abortion when she became pregnant. The husband without delight, but agreed with her decision. In an interview, Plisetskaya always spoke enthusiastically about her husband, called him special, even a genius. According to the ballerina, Shchedrin surrounded her with care and attention, was always there, and often accompanied her on tour. He wrote music for the ballets in which she performed, Anna Karenina, The Seagull, Lady with a Dog. The actress believed that it was thanks to her husband that her career lasted so long. And she called the main success in her life not a dizzying career, but the fact that she had a wonderful husband. The ballerina said that when meeting with her, people were always surprised. On stage she seemed tall, but in fact her height was only 165 centimeters. The ballet star said that she loves beer with sausages, loves herring, and bread and butter is generally the best thing that people have come up with. Maya was not shy about admitting her own laziness and that she never liked to train and rehearse. But the ballerina saw this as a plus. She kept her legs unexhausted, which allowed her not to leave the stage for many years. Since 1991, after the collapse of the Soviet Union, Maya Mikhailovna settled in Munich, traveling to performances in the best theaters in the world. The ballet star did not live up to her 90th birthday on May 2, 2015. She died in Germany from a massive myocardial infarction. When Plisetskaya died, her will was announced. In it, the ballerina asked to combine her ashes with the ashes of Shchedrin after his death and dispel them over Russia.